Time's Up. I'm Wayne.
I'm Mark.
You okay, Mikey?
You
What's wrong? You look a little different today.
Is he okay?
I think you might be sick. You okay?
Guys, we're gonna have to take a break for some technical problems. Something's wrong with Mikey.
Ready yet with their product, and I was like, I'm fine with this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd
Finish
much
your
rather
game,
'cause
have.
you want it to be a
I'd
good
rather
game
have.
this
Be,
time.
I was so hyped up about it. It's like, yeah, keep going back.
Yeah,
make
finish
it,
your game.
Make it good. Don't release some half-assed shit that you'll update a year from now, and it'll be good.
Long story short, just don't release things half-assed.
Yeah, the only thing I think you should release, if you're gonna release something half-assed, is because it's a game you want to keep updating, like RuneScape.
Yep.
Like RuneScape. Anyway, welcome to Time's Up. I'm Wayne.
I'm Mark.
Mikey.
Whoa.
Ooh, we have a
Somebody-
Morky.
We have a
We have a
Morky.
Morky.
It's Morky.
Anyways,
Yeah,
this
do it.
episode is brought to you by The Beard Struggle, Cabbages and Kings Games, and W.E. Sullivan's Irish Pub and Fair.
And if you have any questions for us, want to talk to us, get a hold of us, make sure you just drop some comments down on the YouTube videos if this is where you're watching it, or you go ahead and get a hold of us on Instagram, because we've usually got somebody active over there posting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude.
Great.
Anyways, back
Well, okay.
to RuneScape.
Yeah.
Mark, why have you not been on doing
Hey,
the challenge?
fuck.
Because the challenge is stay alive, and I'm staying alive.
I
That's
mean, you're
not how
not
that
wrong.
works.
Yeah, I'll get on every now and then.
Where's your combat skill at?
A combat skill. Do whatever I want.
You have to get 10
Whoa.
combat skills in a week.
That
Says
was
your rules.
part of the.
Hardcore's got its own rules.
Part of the reason you
God
joined
damn
us.
it.
No. Listen, I can read you the text. The second Wayne said, hey, we're going to play RuneScape. I'm like, hardcore? Let me find it real quick.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
right here.
Well, we're having a good time.
No, it's
I
like the
am.
last thing. I'm sure you are having a good time.
It's great. It's great.
Okay, here it is.
No, we don't have to worry about Mark now. He's not a part of the competition.
Just worry about Nick and Devin, I guess.
Yep.
All right.
Mark's out of it.
I'm not out of it. So here.
You apparently never were in it, so how could you
Look,
be
look,
out
look,
of
look,
it?
look, 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 look. So we're going to do some stuff in RuneScape. Would you like to join? Sure. Oh yeah, hardcore stuffs, I assume? Absolutely. We're going to see who can live the longest. That was the information I was given. I was like, okay. And then scroll down about later in the day. And, oh yeah, your boy's got his name. OSRS doesn't even know it's about to happen. Did you already make your account? Yeah, why not? Well, we were going to all do it at the same time. Sounds kind of
I
gay.
like now you're a whiny boy.
Yeah, that's what I do every time we text me.
Oh, you win.
All I did was sign up. I haven't even made the guy yet. Calm down. Okay, this is acceptable. Besides, the game doesn't start counting your time alive until you've left Tutorial Island. Yeah, but we want everyone to be doing it on the same page. I was like, same page. Playing hardcore, don't die. What's there to miss?
Oh,
And he says, we're going to do player updates once a week. And there also supposed to be
There
so
it
many
is.
levels of combat. Yes! 4 hours into the conversation, he decides to tell me the rest of what you're doing.
Go ahead. What'd you
How's
say
that
after I
fault?
said that?
I said, boring. Let's just fucking crush some solo play.
What's my next thing?
Okay, guess we're doing our own thing then.
Boom. You're not even a part of this.
Yeah, we, as in everybody is an individual. And, okay, so if I'm not a part of it, then why aren't you playing? Well, I'm not a part of it. Why do you give a fuck?
Because we assumed you were a part of it.
But you just said I'm not.
We are not now because you're being a bitch about it.
Cry.
Mike.
I was just trying
I
to be
might.
a good friend and wait for people to play.
Yeah.
I said that on Mark's in Tutorial Island. I say, so where do we do the Iron Man thing? It'll tell you Tutorial Island. Oh, I'm not there yet. You haven't started Tutorial Island yet? No, I was waiting for everyone to get ready. That's dumb.
You don't have to leave Tutorial Island. You could just be at the end.
Yeah,
Kobe.
I know.
Just like Kobe.
Nope. Totally missed.
Just like Kobe.
I was just trying to have a fun time. I've explained this to Wayne before. I don't like playing things. Like if me and Wayne were to talk about a game for a while,
Mhm.
even if I had the option to play it, I wouldn't play it before he got it.
Depends on the game for me.
I'm just like that with people. I like to start. I don't like him to be ahead of me and tell me shit that I want to play, and I don't know about yet.
That I don't care about as much.
It's like when we started Dying Light at the same exact time.
But
We
just-
both went off
yeah,
on
it
our
just
own and
depends on
played
the game.
story mode for a little while.
Like Dying Light, I would feel that way in Tarkov. I feel that way in like I don't want to just get on Tarkov if nobody else is on. I don't really have the motivation or desire to play that alone.
I did for a while.
Wayne got burnt out.
I don't know.
I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it.
I had all that time off. The wipe happened. I got so far. In the end, it didn't really matter.
DMCA.
I still
I
want to
didn't
play.
sing it, so we're good. I mean, I'll still play it every once in a while, but right now RuneScape is my thing.
That's fine.
About that.
You know what will probably never be my thing? World of Warcraft.
I was gonna say Call of Duty.
Try
Get
it.
into it. Oh, fucking.
So I know
Here's
that
the
ain't
thing.
never gonna be a
Modern
thing.
Warfare 2 was fine. World at War was great. Zombies, love it. Ghost,
No,
Ghost is crap.
not that good.
Black Ops. I like the story in Black Ops.
The first Black Ops multiplayer and story were okay.
Black Ops 2.
Garbage.
I've almost never disliked the stories of Call
Modern
of
Warfare
Duty.
3, Advanced Warfare.
The best part about
Black
all
Ops
of this,
3.
Yeah, minus all the advanced.
we're
Black
listing
Ops
off. We're listing off
4.
all the ones we think are crap,
Which is most of
but
them.
yet all these people that are like just coming into like understanding what games are, they're like, well, you Call of Duty, like I started in Black Ops 2, that's my favorite. It's like, what's your favorite? Because you started and you didn't know what a good game was.
Oh, shots.
Fired.
It's just how it is. Like, you come into a game and you don't understand.
Blue.
Let's not start this. But you come in and it's like, you know the game for what it is. You don't understand, like, what a good game is. Because you only played a bad one, so you think it's good.
What an opinion to be said. Anyways,
Whenever
Wayne's wrong.
I start new games, I always go back and play the. Normally, I go back and play the previous ones.
There's some games
You
that
ain't
just...
gonna do that with the newer Call of Duties.
No, but that's because I played them all.
Well,
I'm just saying, if I come into a series, not playing,
Activision
I go back
cares
and
so
play them.
little about their older games unless it can make them money that like hackers just run rampant in those games because Activision's like fuck them.
I remember going back at World at War, and a dude, I was behind sandbags, and a guy fucking half his body came up with his MP4, and he was like, bop, 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 went back down. And I was like, what?
I think some of those older games where they still hack, I think they're just using them to test. I think they're just testing programs.
Seeing what'll happen.
Yeah, I don't think they actually give a shit about that game.
That
They're
makes
just like
sense.
nobody monitors these
Yeah,
servers.
no one
Let's
cares,
do it.
So I might as well just run rampant.
I mean, it'd be a good place to do it, technically speaking.
Because if they find something that's just
Not
absolutely
encouraging
ridiculous,
you hacking to do it.
no. But if they find something ridiculous, they could just be like, "Oh, move this over to
Yeah.
Warzone."
And do it here.
If it works, it'll work.
Warzone was fun for a hot second. It brought a little bit of life back to a battle royale.
Yeah, but in the end, it's a battle royale.
In the
It's
end, it doesn't
Yeah,
even matter.
but we still played it for a solid amount of time, did we not?
pretty much, yeah.
So it brought a little life to us back into it. I didn't plan on ever playing a battle royale again after Apex,
I never planned on really playing a battle royale. Period.
but then you did.
I did for a little bit.
It was fun because I don't know why it was fun. I don't fucking know. It was free, probably. That was the majority of the reason. Free.
It was free.
We had nothing else to do at the time. We were waiting for
free.
we were waiting for a Tarkov update.
Yeah, but how free was it? Because it took up over 100 gigabytes. Oh man, you got Warzone? Download Warzone and the base game. Oh, also download the DLC to the game that you haven't bought. Also download the 30 gigabyte update to the game that you still haven't bought. And all of these updates don't affect Warzone.
Yep, it's just in case you wanted to buy the game.
I uninstalled the whole
Which
thing.
we did.
My computer started running way better
I owned the
immediately.
game before Warzone came out.
Yeah, I bought it because I wanted to play Call of Duty because Warzone got me back into playing Call of Duty.
I bought it because my friends wouldn't play anything other than Call of Duty, and they stopped playing the free version.
We're friends. We're the friends.
Yeah, it is us. Me as people.
I mean, that's how it happens.
Some people like to just kiss cookies and
I mean,
eat
it's
dirt.
like, I
It's
bought-
me. I'm people.
I bought
Olive oil for your body?
forgot what the game was called. No Man's Sky.
Oh.
Ah,
Because we were in the
Astroneer.
we were in a space
or
game
Astroneer,
mood.
Space Engineer. Astroneer
Little
was a good game.
space game mood. And yeah, I was tired of space
Playing
engineers.
bad
'cause-
space games? You were tired of playing bad space games?
It had everything that we didn't want in a space game. So I was like, let's play a good space game. So we went to No Man's Sky.
Yep.
Didn't convince him to get Deep Rock Galactic?
We already
I
have
have
that.
I know him.
I already have it.
Yeah, it was-
I mean me.
Oh,
I am
okay.
people.
You can, if you get it, we'll play it.
I love that game.
That game is tons of fun.
I haven't played it at all. I have no idea. I
It's
just
so
know there's
fun.
dwarves in space.
Yep.
That's-
And
that's
you're
fucking it.
mining the entire time.
It's so fun. That game is super good.
Rock and stone.
Rock and stone, brother.
For Carl!
Yeah, fuck Carl. Whoever the fuck Carl is. Ah,
Have
so
you
good.
seen Carl?
Who'd you always play in that game? What class were you?
The
The
World
heavy.
Tree, obviously.
I was the shotgun boy.
I was always the heavy man.
engineer. That's what I was. I was the engineer.
Why does the engineer always have a shotgun?
I don't know.
It's just how it is. It's,
That'll be.
It really doesn't make sense.
It fixes problems. Shotguns and duct tape.
I guess.
accurate.
Man, that needs to be perforated. Bang!
Bang.
Did
Nailed it.
Not
Got
that
it.
much.
You know,
Duct tape.
'cause I was
Yeah,
playing
we'll
heavy
do-
because I always had light machine guns and stuff.
Yeah. Did you have a Gatling gun?
Yeah. I also had the grappling hook that could hang me in the sky.
Yeah.
And I just hang out on my zip lines and just shoot and stuff like that.
Because that's whenever the horde would come in, he would set up two of them and go back and forth, and I would have I forgot what I'd have.
Well, because
Grenade
like,
launcher thing.
I'd set them at weird angles to where they were close to each other, so I mean, I could come down
Yo.
close to one, hop off, and grab the other one and go
You
back.
should really buy that game.
Speaking of grenade launchers,
Grenade launcher.
Grenade launcher. Have you seen anything about the Battle State team deathmatch? There's a Tarkov team deathmatch game where you're USAC and Bears, and they've got a drone you can use that's got a grenade launcher on
What
it.
the fuck?
It's got 3 rounds. It's a personal drone. It's like this big, and you just pull the screen in front of your face, and you fly it around. Thunk, thunk, thunk,
That's
and then you just
ridiculous.
chase people around with it.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It's weird.
It looks super nuts. I saw a video of it on Clean's channel. I was like, what is this?
That would be cool though.
Or not Clean, Cotton.
God.
It looked pretty fun. It just kind of looked like goofy Tarkov.
Sometimes that's the way Tarkov should be played. It's goofy. You have more fun in it if you don't take it seriously.
Dude, that's why I have
fucking run around.
5 different modded Sega
Shotguns.
shotguns. And they all use different rounds. I got one with AB-20. I've got 8.5 Magnum Buck. I've got some Flechette. I'm going to use some rip rounds.
I've just been using AK. I'm an AK boy.
I'm just going to see what happens. I got to burn out my 5.45s. I got a lot of 5.45 ammo to go through.
I've been using the 7.62 big boy AKs.
I've been using ADARs.
It does.
I just smacked that one dude that was fully fucking.
Yes?
One raid. There was a
Epiphany?
raid. There was a raid we played. Me and Wayne.
Mikey just
I
decided.
killed 3 dudes or something. Got their ammo. Told Wayne the ammo. He said, "Nah, that ammo sucks." I was like, "Oh, okay." I wasn't gonna. I didn't have any. It was 5.56. I didn't have any 5.56 though. Like good. So I was like, "I'll fucking use it. Bring it in the next raid." Brought it in the next raid. We go interchange. We're running towards Kiba. Wayne goes to unlock Kiba. I come around a pillar and run into a scav, and I back up and realize that's fucking Killa. So I put 4 rounds in the back of his head, and he just dies.
Was it BS?
No, it was 8.56A1. That's the rounds that Wayne said the shit, and then immediately
8.56A1's not shit.
that's what I thought too. Wayne's like last wipe they were good. I was like, oh okay.
8.56A1's like the go-to because it's better than just about everything else except
Well, Wayne saw it
M995.
somewhere. I think Wayne watched a video or something.
I watched the fucking updates.
some dude or something.
And
Yeah.
then on the update stuff, they
No,
were
I
like,
did it.
they were talking about how it wasn't the go-to round anymore. I was like, okay.
In the middle
Well,
of
the
looting,
damage-
I was just like, yeah, this, and I was like, and fuck you, Wayne. I'm never believing anything you say again. And Wayne's like, I guess we do our own research from
I think
now
it's
on.
I think it's the dollar to damage ratio
It's 'cause
on
it's,
8.56A1 is just really good.
It pins more.
I mean, if anyone wants to know, it's 5 rounds to the back to kill his head. With that.
Well, because M995 not only is it super expensive,
Mhm.
but it's like through shot ammo, so it doesn't
Yeah.
destroy armor very well,
Goes
and it
straight
doesn't
through.
do a lot of damage.
Well, that's the thing with 8.56.1. His helmet had like 4. However, Wayne took it, but I think it had like 4. It was not damaged,
it was at 80.
like barely. Yeah, and it's
When
at
I picked it
90,
up.
90 something when you
Yeah,
pick it up.
just
Like
goes straight in.
it
Yeah,
did,
no,
did
because like
nothing.
after he said that, we were like walked around, and I was like, man, I'm not even taking my own advice anymore.
Yeah.
Even 8.55A1's not that bad.
It's weird.
You know, it's just an update thing I looked at said that it wasn't the go-to round anymore. So I was like, okay.
I mean, that's like when they updated the BS and that one fucking did double
And-
damage.
Accidentally double damage.
Yeah, it's like no one knew.
Thank God that's fixed
Except
now.
for some YouTubers found out and made videos about it, but like Battlestate didn't know when they did it.
You know, it'd be sweet if they made a Tarkov game that was an RPG.
That would-
RPGs would be super fun.
That would be super sweet.
It would be amazing.
Yeah.
What kind of RPG do you prefer?
That's an excellent question. I think majority of the time, if I really think about it, the ones I play, I usually prefer single players or ones that I can play as a single player where I don't have to interact with other people as much,
Mhm.
and it gives me the freedom to do that. Like I don't rely on other people to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think I'm
Love
just
that.
more in that aspect. I can never really get into the really big ones. There's a couple multi-massive I play, or I've played in the past with other people because at the time we all played them. RuneScape's one I played a lot in the past. It's one I'm playing now.
MMO.
Objectively,
For some reason, I think
MMO.
RuneScape's different. I don't know. Like it is obviously a mass multiplayer online.
it's definitely focused on the player, less
Yes.
on the massive.
It's like you don't have to do.
You don't have to interact with a single person
No,
if you don't
you
want
can.
to.
You
It's
can
got a
have your
whole. It's got
own
3 whole game
adventure.
modes.
Unless you want to do like Barago or something.
Yeah, if you're playing
you
RS3.
kind of gotta do other people.
If you're playing RS3, you have to have 5 people for Virago.
Mhm.
I'm
'Cause,
more of a single player as well.
But like Skyrim, always played
Yeah.
it alone.
Any of
the
the Elder
Fallouts,
Scrolls.
I always played alone.
Fallout, Elder Scrolls.
Any RPG style game, I usually play alone. Like even action RPGs, like Diablo style games. Even though I play them with like a bunch of other people, We don't play them at the same time. We're just playing the game at the same time. We're
You're
never
just
in the same
telling
game.
each
We
other
play it
about
alone.
your
Yeah.
characters.
We're just like,
and
oh, dude,
shit
I
you've
just
done.
got this loot.
So what would then turn you off about like in like a regular multiplayer RPG then?
Something that focuses on the group is just too dependent on it for me. It's too about the collective, and there's not as much freedom, I feel. For me, I feel like you're limited. Like, once you pick a class, like, you're locked. That is who you are.
That's
That
right.
is what you have to do, and that is your role in the group. You
I feel
can't
like,
alternate. You
like
can't.
a Tarkov RPG would be good because you don't have classes or roles. Like some could be like a sharpshooter or someone's like a medic. Like yeah, they are an integral part, but they're all just when you're running through something, you're all doing your own things. It's like, but if you're needed, you're like, shit, here I'm the medic. I need to heal this guy. So it's not like we can't do this without you. Like if everyone could do light heals or something like that, and the medic can fix limbs,
Yeah.
that would be a whole different thing.
So you're not about like the D&D party aspect of like a RPG then.
Yeah, which is strange because I really like D&D.
But same for me. Like I consider D&D completely different.
I think the reason I prefer
Video
D&D
games.
over a gameplay like that is because it's more personal. You're more involved with the people in your group, whereas in like World of Warcraft, you just join a raid and there's 6 other people you don't give a fuck about, and 5 of them are DPS, and you're a tank, so you're like, well, we all die now.
I think it's also in like World of Warcraft, you can do a ton of shit, but you can't do everything. In D&D, you can literally do anything. Like it's at the DM's whim what you can do.
Yeah,
Like,
you put your mind to it, and you can
Yeah.
justify it, and the DM allows it.
yeah, exactly.
Whereas in the game, like, oh, I put my mind to it, and this coding would work,
Yes,
and
and I can do
Blizzard's like, congratulations, you don't have a job here, shut up.
Yeah. No one wants
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's like D&D's more freeing. Individuals.
Because like
massive
I've never
group.
had a massive issue with massive multiplayers. Like Chris and I played Terra for a while,
Yeah.
and we liked it. We enjoyed it, and that's class specific. Like you get a role, this is what you do for the most part. We even joined a guild, and we went up to like we weren't the owners of the guild, but we moved up really fast. Like we were in charge of entire squadrons. Just because we got shit done and we played the game, so we have to collect. In Terra, if you have a guild, you have to turn these things in to keep your qualifications as a guild called guild tokens. The more guild tokens you turn in, the more benefits your guild gets, the bigger bank space you get. And so
Wow.
they had a requirement that every squad, each person in a squad has to turn in a guild token. That's all they got to do. They just got to do enough work for one guild token, which within, I think, a week, every week you turn them in. Super doable if you play for like an hour, 1 day a week. You could easily do that. But half of the people in our squads didn't get on.
So,
So
just
me-
you guys.
So
Yeah.
me and Chris did the work,
Carrying everything.
and not only did we get like the 30 guild tokens per squad, but then we also got like 20 more. So we were turning in like 100 guild tokens just between the 2 of us.
I think the other reason that I don't like
I think that's what turned me
massive
off.
multiplayer is that
Could be.
if Wayne started to play a massive multiplayer game a week or 2 before me, and he was level 10, and
Like
I
so
started
far
level
ahead?
1, and like Division, Wayne played it.
Yeah.
Wayne started it way before me. I got in. I literally didn't kill anything while we were running through. Like if I want to play with him, he would have to start a new character because he just walks through, kills everything, and I just walk around and do shit. I don't even really learn the story because I'm just like, I just want to be level with my friend.
I agree with that point. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think what turned me off of multi-massive player was all the non-active players. Between our 2 squads, I think we had like 120 people in the guild. Chris's squad had like almost 30 people in it. Mine had like 15 or something, maybe 20 in it.
Yeah.
And between our
It's
2
like back when I was
squads,
in KSI for Halo.
yeah, well, our 2 squads combined had maybe 6 active players. This guild has 120 people, and 6 people in 2 squads are online.
Yeah, so you were like carrying, walking,
Yeah,
doing everything.
and being in charge of the people who are going online, I think that's what killed it for me. It's like we were supposed to have this community that we
Mhm.
all elected to be and said, hey, do you want to be in the guild? Yes, you chose to be here,
So be here.
and then you're gone. I think that's what's driving me off of it. Because when you play a single-player game, you don't have to worry about that commitment. You
No.
automatically know what's going on because you're the only person online.
Also, when you come back online, it's like
All the
nothing's
NPCs
changed.
that help
Yep.
you are already there.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if there was because I'm not saying those communities don't exist. Those communities clearly exist. Like the people who are the first clears in new raids in World of Warcraft. Clearly, they have a lot of active people. They clear
because
a new
they
raid.
fucking do that, yeah. They always get
But,
the
like,
like, first stuff.
If I was going to get back into it, it would definitely have to be a community that was constantly active in there, and give you a reason to play, because when you go there, you're with people who also want to play and explore the game and do new things.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to a quick ad real quick, and we'll be right back.
This episode of Time's Up is brought to you by The Beard Struggle. Dude, right now your beard needs you more than ever. How can you help it? Go over to thebeardstruggle.com today, take their quiz, and find the products just for you. Once you found the products of your dreams, all you got to do is check out. While you're at the checkout, go ahead and use Time's Up 15 in the promo code box. It'll save you 15% off. Again, that's Time's Up 15, TIMESUP 15. That's all you need to do.
And we're back.
Mikey, you look a lot better.
Yeah, you
Oh. Uh-oh. We'll be right back.
do. So, essentially, you feel like you got turned off by the lack of community support?
Yeah, just I'm trying to think of the word I want to use here.
I feel like we're just interviewing him at this point.
Just the apathy. Just the fact that people were like, yeah, fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah, they can just
They're
dip
like,
out.
I feel accepted, and I'm gone.
No real commitment.
It just stagnated immediately.
I like
It also didn't
Sometimes-
help that I had a character that was level 16, so I was like the only fucking character in the game, in the guild, that was like, let's fuck shit up.
and they're like, nah.
I was like, nope.
In a lot of games, I think I like Mass Effect, my favorite game. I like the scenery and everything about it, so I take it really slow. I like to walk through and absorb everything. I like to talk, I talk to fucking everyone, all the NPCs, and most people in MMOs, massive multiplayers,
No.
they're just like, let's go through, get the things so I can. They always have the certain goal, like they want to get through all the stupid campaigns,
That's where you want to know
so they can do that
the
thing.
lore behind
And
it.
I want to know, there was a time I took the time out of my day when I was playing Mass Effect more often, and I sat down and I just read every single, you go in your little information journal thing, and I just read everything about every single race and everything about every single planet and everything, just because I wanted to fucking know. I did the same with Oblivion and Skyrim. I just get all the books.
I do the same
Actually
thing.
read the damn books.
Mm-hmm.
I do the same thing when I play Diablo. Whenever I play Diablo,
Diablo lore is so deep.
whenever I play Diablo now, Diablo 3, I just blast through it. I don't pay attention to the story because I've played it so many times.
You
You
know.
know the story.
But whenever I pick up the books, I always listen to them, because every now and then you pick up a book like, oh, I haven't heard that one
Yeah,
yet.
it's a new thing. Yeah, I've done that so many
But
times
like
in
the
Oblivion.
first time we played Diablo, I listened to every line. I didn't skip a single
Yeah.
line of dialogue.
That's my
I'm
thing
gonna do the
with
same thing in Diablo
campaigns.
4. I'm not gonna skip a single line.
Absolutely not.
I did the same thing in Grim Dawn. I did the same thing in Path of Exile.
When Diablo 4 comes out, you're gonna be on your own for a little while.
I'm fine with that. I can play Mass Effect again.
Unless you get Diablo 4.
Oh, I don't know. When's it supposed to come out?
We don't know. Unannounced.
However,
TBA.
I
Who
do
knows?
know.
Maybe they'll release Cyberpunk around
Well,
that
because
same time.
I remember I played.
Cyberpunk comes out this year.
If that's what they say.
It was September, isn't it? Push November?
It also came out last year.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
Dick
this
keeps
year.
getting pushed around.
Guess this year.
Well, like
Something's got to make up for COVID. The coof.
But with Diablo 4, I'm gonna be playing that nonstop.
I'll play that a lot.
I'm not a Diablo boy. It's not my kind of.
I just love the story
Not
behind
my kinda
Diablo.
game.
Like the
What's
whole
your
deep dive.
first class going to be, Diablo 4? What are you going to jump into?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
What if they have new classes?
Oh, they will.
They do.
They already do.
I don't know what all the new classes are though. What the is that fucking druid? I think is it druid an actual
think so.
class again?
Yeah.
I think if
I think,
druid
there's-
is an actual class,
I think
that's the one.
I think we've been exposed to 3 classes so far. I think, don't quote me, Barbarian I know for a fact. I know for a fact Barbarian. I think a Wizard, and I think a Druid, because a Druid can turn into a bear now, and it's nuts. And maybe a Ranger.
So they've announced 3. They have barbarian, sorceress, and druid.
Okay, so I was right.
So yeah.
Sorry about the loud clap. I was excited.
So I'll be playing a druid first.
I'm playing a Barb all day.
Barb.
Mark always plays barbarian.
I was a ranger
That's
when I
not
did
true.
play.
When I first,
Demon Hunter? Like Diablo, which
I don't
Diablo?
know.
Demon
Fuck
Hunter.
if I know. It was with you and Johnny.
I usually
3
play
probably.
Crusader.
Sure.
I played the hell out of Crusader.
I just know it's Shot
exclusively
Boys
what
with
I
Did you
Bow.
save on a floppy disk or not?
Oh.
Then it was Diablo 3.
Okay. I'm not a Diablo boy.
The second they released Reaper of Souls, almost every character I made was a Crusader for like 2 years. Crusaders were dope. And then they nerfed the shit out of
I
them.
still remember the last Crusader I made.
Remember, what's the last one you made?
The hammers.
Oh, the one I helped you with?
Yeah, and then,
Isn't it dumb?
And then me, you, and Chris went into that PvP area.
Yeah.
I literally just started throwing my hammers because they just spin around me the entire time, and as soon as the hammers would touch Mark and Chris, they just died.
I told Wayne about a build. I was like, yeah, there's this build that uses your shield bash ability, where every time you shield bash, you charge at somebody, and you do like 1 billion damage. And he goes, that sounds really fun. So we started working on building him on that. And then he got a weapon that made it so his hammers orbit him at all times. And he's like, oh, this is super cool. I was like, there's a build for that. I want it. It's like, all right. So we switched him straight over to the hammer build.
How many? Are there a ton of weapons in Diablo? Like
Yeah.
Borderlands
There's
esque
lots of
amounts?
loot.
Oh, there's tons.
However, the only thing with Diablo over Borderlands is there's less dedicated loot sources. You just kind of get it.
Yeah, it just happens.
Anything can drop anything.
Yeah,
I
did know that about.
I mean, it's not accurate to anything can drop anything.
No.
But like any weapon, like if you kill a boss, any weapon can drop.
What was that
Or
2D
any gear.
game that we played with whoever? It was me, you, and your friends. They were all your friends.
It was Mark.
I was gonna say, and
It's
Mark
that
was in
dungeon
it.
crawl.
That was before I knew Mark.
The hammer.
Which one?
thing.
Hammerwatch.
Yeah,
Heroes of
Hammerwatch.
Hammerwatch.
I didn't even know Mark back then.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
roguelite.
Because it was
That game's fun.
it was me, you, Mark, and Chris.
I enjoyed that.
I
game.
think Mason played it for once, and we're just like, we're not reinviting him.
That game was fun.
We don't
I saw
invite
it.
Mason too much.
I look at it every now and again, and I'm like, that was a good game.
I still have
It was
it
a fun game.
downloaded.
It was definitely fun.
That was a
game.
fun game.
We played again. It's updated a couple
Because that's
times.
Diablo-esque.
Similar.
Kind of. It's a dungeon.
It's a
crawl.
dungeon crawl.
The only
top
difference
down,
is
yeah.
since it's a roguelike, you lose everything and have to restart from zero. Diablo, you don't restart from zero.
I'm down with the restart from zero. I do remember to restart from zero.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, and you go to the village, and there's a bunch of junk you
Mhm.
could interact with. I liked it. That was a good game.
It was tons of fun. We always did super great. The dogs have arrived.
The dogs are back.
They
Have we
arrived.
say anything about the dogs yet?
No. I haven't really been upset. If you hear any like loud bang or anything like that, I mean it's the dogs.
And if there's a humming in the background for this whole video, we apologize. It is too hot. We have the air conditioner on this
I
time.
think it's like 101
That's why
right now.
also the dogs are inside. Yeah, they're upstairs with us because that's where my air conditioners are.
Keeping them cool.
It's too hot for them to be in their own room.
Silly
Talking
dogs.
about them now, they're getting all. Riley, you son of a bitch.
Couldn't avoid the food reference.
I thought it was
Just
pretty
had to do it. Well, when Diablo 4 comes out, I'm definitely playing a druid. That would be my main class.
good. Who knows? I might.
I want to try the druid.
It wouldn't be bad if you did.
Here's the thing: first playthrough in Diablo games,
guarantee.
I will play with other people in the same world. So I won't play a druid. I'll play a bard, so someone else can do it.
That's the thing about if I do play is I'm not super invested into the Diablo universe because I don't care how we play.
I saw the druid and everybody else could suck me off. on
The
playing
3 or
the druid.
4.
Wow. It's a good offer.
Sniff my nuts. That is
Well,
expensive.
it's like one of the things why. It's one of the reasons why I never actually got Borderlands 3 because everybody wanted to play a specific character and that was the only character I found appealing. But
Which one was
everybody's like,
that?
"Well, I'm playing it." The chick with the arms.
Oh, Amara, she's
Yeah.
fantastic. I don't play her ever.
That was the only one I found appealing, but everybody else is like, "I want to play her," and I'm like,
I was always I was Mordecai.
Yeah,
I think, yeah.
"They're
Sniper.
trying to pick the
That was
lock."
Oh, they're getting in. Assassins.
They got the dogs.
I mean, because I thought about getting it, but everybody else was like, "Well, I'm playing her," and I'm like, "Well, guess I'll just go fuck myself."
That
Well-
was the story was the thing with Borderlands when
Mhm.
I played with it was me and Johnny and we took it really slow, and then I think one of our other friends started playing, and he was a little ahead of us, and he just wanted to fucking go through the game. He didn't care about
Speed running through it.
and like if anyone's played Borderlands, they know there's so much shit that's so entertaining to listen to. The bosses and shit are so
Oh yeah,
I
fun.
love
just
the boss
the
dialogue.
all just the
Yeah.
random quips throughout
random
the show.
fucking Scooter and his
I called it a show. It's got 3 hours of cutscenes. It's a show now.
basically show. Scooter and his random shit he says. It's so funny.
Scooter's got some great one-hitters,
straight
some
lines.
one-lines.
Jumping over whatever gorge.
Yeah, the next
and
time
sister.
Borderlands 3 is on sale, I recommend picking her up, giving her a try.
Diablo 3 were to go on sale, you should get it. and
Depends
give
on
it
the
a go.
sale, but yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you should get
It's
it.
the
and
same
give it a
with
try.
Diablo 4. It depends on the games that are out around that time.
Yeah.
If there's a game I'd rather play, I'm gonna play that while you guys do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Especially a single player.
For me though, like, because
Yeah, you
I
guys
remember
are-
when they were telling me I should get Diablo 3 because I always played it. Like I played 1 and 2, and then I fell away before 3, and I started playing it on my Xbox when it came out.
I made that
That's when
mistake.
I played.
And then I started playing it on the I didn't play it on the computer yet, but I started playing it on my computer all the time. And then him and Chris were both all about like, just get Diablo, play with us, get it. And then I was always joking around like, I'm never gonna get it. Like the game sucks. I'm never gonna touch it. And then one day I was downloading it, and Chris was like, just got a random picture for me of it downloading. And I just remember the text being like, "Oh my fucking god, he's actually getting it!"
Yeah, he put me in a group text for that, and I was like, yeah!
So I got it, started playing.
I called in work that day. I was like, I'm sick. And I went home, so when Wayne finished it, we just played all night.
I did that for Skyrim. Called in sick next day.
Well, I called in sick during my shift. I was there, and I was like, Beth, I gotta go. And my boss was like, yeah, we work in food. You don't want that on food. I was like, yeah, I gotta go.
You're like, you don't. You really don't.
Because,
I got to goof.
Playing.
How many games came out that you skipped school or called into work?
A lot.
I don't think many.
Never
I think
school, actually. School was never a thing. I didn't.
I skipped school for games a lot.
Work, a lot. I skipped Taco Bell. I was fucking gone out of Taco Bell often.
I'll be honest right now. Joey, if you're watching, sorry. Diablo 4 comes out. I'm calling in the next day.
I mean, David Jordan does worse.
True. I mean, at least you'll get a phone call. It won't be like, I just didn't show up like most people do.
Also, you could just request a week off, and she would say,
here's
that's
the
what
thing.
I'm gonna do.
Out of all the
She would
jobs
say
I've
yeah.
had, I could get off of work for literally whatever at this one, the easiest, and I never use it. I always go to work unless something's actually
That's
wrong or
similar
comes
with
up.
this one.
I mean, the whole during COVID thing, when they encouraged you, they were like, Tim was like, please take 2 weeks off, and I was like, nah. And now finally, I'm just like, I guess I will.
Yeah, like most of the other jobs I've had have been super, with a few exceptions, have just been very like, man, unless you absolutely have to, you're not allowed to call in.
Yeah.
I was like, haha, that's what you think.
What's the first game you called in for?
Battlefield 4.
Battlefield 4?
I called in to buy an Xbox and Battlefield 4 on the same
Mine was
day.
probably Borderlands 2.
Wow. I, first, because mine was, I skipped school for the first one.
I don't think I ever skipped school.
Yeah, I've never skipped school
I
for
just
a
pulled
game.
all-nighters.
I've
I
skipped
skipped
school
school.
plenty of times, but not for games.
I pulled all. My
think-
parents wouldn't allow it.
My parents didn't know.
They would murder me.
Well, my thing is, I stayed in for so long. Like, I went through my week.
Mhm.
So long. Like, I went through school so many months in a row without having to miss a day. So then I'm like, hey, this game's coming out. I really want to get it at midnight and then just play it all day the next day. I haven't missed any of these days. And my parents would every now and then be like, yeah, okay.
I mean, on Skyrim, I was in school when Skyrim came out, and I stayed up all night and then just went to school without sleep.
Maybe.
The
My
next
parents'
day.
whole thing
I would
was
stay up all night and just play it all next day.
my parents' whole thing was like, as long as I've got A's and B's, I can call in even if I'm not sick.
Yeah.
Never had A's and B's.
Me
Like
neither.
all I gotta do is get those A's and B's, and you don't have to go to school. I was like, yeah.
What'd you pass with?
I
He
did.
didn't. He dropped out.
What'd you
Yeah.
pass with?
Like, average?
No. Yeah, I guess average. Because
Yeah.
my average was low.
Yeah, I'm a GED boy with college credits.
On average, I mean, most of my classes were B's.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah,
I was like a B minus, a D
I-
minus man.
I only failed 2 classes.
Yeah, I skipped that shit and went to
I
college.
had like A plus in welding, A plus in woodshop, A plus in gym,
all the stuff. that
D
you
minus
can
in
impossible
everything
fail.
else.
I failed my second year of biology and my first year of creative writing.
I failed my.
You know why I failed creative writing?
Why's
Because
that?
I made the decision I didn't fucking like the class anymore.
Here's my issue. I took creative writing
I had a
senior
shitty
year,
fucking
but I was
teacher.
already convinced to leave, so I never gave it a shot.
You
when
quit. You dropped out senior year.
Well, here's the issue. In junior year, I would have had enough credits.
That's weird. I mean, my friend dropped out junior year.
I would have had enough credits. I was making up credits. I would have had enough junior year if I finished my networking class to graduate on time, and I would have stayed. But my counselor quit, and so they hired a new lady. And networking in high school was a 2-semester course.
I don't even know what that is.
So to get any, it was a tech course.
Okay.
So to get any credit in a 2-semester course, you have to take both semesters. She pulled me out of it on the second semester, and so I didn't get any credit, and I was going to be held back. And I was like, "Fuck you, I quit."
Yeah, I might as well just drop out.
Here's the thing: I shouldn't have passed that class, but I think the teacher just enjoyed having me in the room. He thought I was fun. I took the final, and I did about 3% of it, and said, "That's all I know.
Yeah.
I don't know the rest. I didn't pay
I
attention."
passed
to it.
my 2 years of speech, and I did one speech the whole time because I was tight with my.
Yeah, I didn't do a
Speech
single
teacher.
assignment in that class.
I also did. I physically gave one speech.
I physically gave one
Yeah.
speech.
I was on
Uh,
speech
The
team.
rest of mine
Your speech, talkie boy.
I technically gave them, but they were read off through a computer voice via like a voice changer.
Wow. I just
Because
didn't.
I asked if I could do that, and then I was like, straight up, like I'm afraid to speak in front of people. And then
That
he's
was
like, well, yeah, if you can like record yourself doing it. And I was like, what if I use like a voice changer to sound like the person I'd have the speech about? And he's like, that'd be totally fine.
But yeah,
So I did that.
my networking teacher I definitely got like a 10% in that class, and he was like, that's pretty much a 65. And he gave me a
You're
D
like,
and kept
okay.
me in the class. I was
I
like,
failed English
cool.
twice.
Whoa.
Freshman English. I was doing freshman English as a senior.
I made the decision to fail creative writing because of the fact she said our topic was fantasy, like, or not fantasy, fiction. Our
Okay.
topic was fiction.
And
But
you
was it
chose-
fiction or creative nonfiction?
It was straight up fucking fiction. All was on the board was fiction. And then I was like, I'm gonna write a story about the fucking people killing these zombies and how these zombies just magically come back to life and they don't know how to stop them because they're zombies that get zombified.
Zombies.
Double zombies.
So I was gonna write a story about that, and she told me I couldn't. I'm like, why? She's like, it's not realistic. I'm like, it's fiction.
It's fiction.
And then she's like, not that kind of fiction. I'm like,
What a lady.
it literally says fiction. And it's just like ridiculous because like even like the two other people behind me,
That's pretty stupid. For a
Brennan-
creative writing class, you'd think the
Like-
teacher would be creatively inspired.
yeah, because I sat here and then
She could have had her own
Behind-
biases, though.
That's stupid.
it's Miss Naughton.
Oh, it's duh. She's the worst.
Duh, is that?
She's the worst.
She's the shittiest fucking teacher I ever had.
Yeah, well, she's the same teacher. I can't remember who it was who was talking to me about it, but they were supposed to write not speeches. They were supposed to write an essay on somebody who was influential throughout history. It didn't matter if they were famous or infamous. Somebody asked, "Can it be infamous?" And she's like, "Yes." So they wrote their entire speech about Hitler. He was infamous,
He was.
and how misleading and deceptive and manipulative he was, and he was an extremely influential leader because he
Yeah.
convinced Germany, who just lost a
He
war
also was a
that
fucking-
wasn't their fault,
Eradicated people.
Yeah.
a war that wasn't their fault, to go back to war.
Uh-huh.
That's
The
extremely
world.
influential. And she
Takes a
told
lot
her
of
no,
talking.
threw it away. I don't think she actually threw it away. I'm making her sound worse than she is, but she is awful. But she said no, threw it away, failed her. And she's like, "What do you mean? You said we could write this."
That's pretty fucked
She's
up.
like, "Nope, Hitler's bad. You can't write about Hitler."
And you're like, yeah, I know he's bad. That's what this
That's
says.
when you go tell my history teacher
Yeah.
that Hitler wasn't an infamous person and see what he says.
Yeah, you can't just say Hitler's not real. I don't like him. Like that happened.
Yeah.
But that's who Miss Naughton is. She's like, "Nope, I don't like it. Not real. Can't do it."
That's
She's
dumb.
also like super heavy Catholic,
That explains it.
like Irish Catholic.
She's
Probably
also
why she
just
didn't
awful.
let it do zombies.
And then biology.
Christ is a zombie.
Don't tell her that.
I failed
It's
biology.
about Jesus.
The Bible's
Because-
fiction also.
The reason for biology, I just slept all the time.
Wayne's just not that so smart.
Well, no. It's not it at all.
I'm very
I'm a
dumb.
fucking genius, okay?
Oh,
80 IQ. Get on my level.
okay. IQ.
More like 39.
78 legally retarded.
Wow.
But I just decided like I didn't care about the class because I didn't need it to pass. I was just taking it to take it.
I
Oh,
hate
isn't
all
this
my
the one you
classes.
and Garrett were playing Pokemon?
We were playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
But yes, like me and Garrett were in the same class, and then like it was a couple days before like we go to do the finals. So like it's like go ahead, jerk off, do what the fuck you want now. But if you have finals, study for your final. And then Garrett went up to the desk because Garrett looked at me. He's like, "You want to play Yu-Gi-Oh?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure. If it's cool with Mr. Henry, we can go play Yu-Gi-Oh." So he walks up and he's like, "Hey, Mr. Henry, is it okay if me and Wayne go sit in the back and play Yu-Gi-Oh? As long as we're quiet, we just play a card game." And he's like, "Does he know he's got to study for his final because he's got an F in the class?" And Garrett's like, "Yeah, he's not coming."
Yeah, he's not coming.
And he's like, "He's not coming?" And then he looked at me. He's like, "Come here." So I walked up. He's like, "You're not coming to the final?" I was like, "No."
No.
He's like, "Well, why not?" And I was like, "I'm failing, kind of on purpose because I don't care." Yeah, I don't care. And he's like, "Well, what if this like holds you back?" I'm like, "It won't though, because I made sure all my other classes were good." And he's like, "All right, fine." Before I could walk away, he's like, "One more thing." I was like, "What's that?" Turn around. He's like, "You're a waste of intelligence."
And
I was like, "All right."
Okay.
So me and Garrett picked our stuff up and walked to the back and played Yu-Gi-Oh.
What a guy.
It was a good day because we played Yu-Gi-Oh. I think I beat Garrett almost every game then.
Here's the best part about Mr. Henry is he's a pothead, and he's a super nice guy. If you ask him for help, if you want help, he will go above and beyond to help you. But if you show that you don't care, you're no better than
Don't
dirt.
give a fuck.
He just doesn't give a shit about you if you don't
It's a
care.
very old man.
Yeah. If you care about you and your grades and trying to improve yourself, he's all about it. He will do everything to help you. If you don't care, he doesn't give a fuck. He's like,
Respectable.
why should I help you? You won't even help yourself.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Think
If you
about
want help, he'll give it to you.
I still graduated and everything. Nothing held me back.
I
Not like
almost
it was gonna
couldn't
be my
walk.
mark.
Almost couldn't walk in graduation.
Didn't.
Really close. Really close.
Did
in my
not.
Opinion, but yeah.
I did, and I fucking hated that shit because it's hot as hell.
I didn't.
Because
care.
one, it's the fucking summer. Two, it rained, so we were fucking inside.
We're always inside at.
Yeah, I wouldn't have walked.
You're not
even
inside
if I
with like
stayed.
3,000 fucking people.
I had like 300.
I wouldn't have walked even if I stayed. I would have said, "Mail me that shit. I ain't coming."
Yeah, I mean, that shit. Did you not like high school?
Me and high school didn't agree.
No. I think back on my high school, and I'm one of those people that are like, well, I wish I would have done more.
If I could not change the people,
Extracurriculars, maybe.
if I could not change the
That's
people I
basically-
know
well, no,
and
I
I'm
would
close
rather-
to now, I'd go back and do better. As long as I can keep the same people I'm close to now. As
That
long as
makes
it doesn't
sense.
fuck up right now, I'd go
Yeah.
back. And
I just
finish.
I didn't do good on purpose, like not on purpose.
Well,
I
the
didn't
best
do.
part is, like, it wouldn't fucking change a lot because the fact that, like, our whole friend group of, like, all of us, we were, like, good friends in, like, fucking 4th and 5th grade.
Yeah.
We had a friend group, we were, like, a gang in the school.
I lost all my friends in
nerdy
high
gang.
school. All my friends that were
Yeah.
from
Here's
third
the
grade
thing.
because I lost them in high school.
We were the super nerdy gang that also had 2 athletes. One was the captain of his team, a guy that would fight anybody if they pissed him off,
I like how he pointed at me.
a couple of ROTC kids, and
Razzi.
the rest were just nerds.
Really?
Yeah, we had an extremely wide friend group. We also had a couple emo kids, some scene people.
I didn't have a big friend group.
We had some druggies.
Every one of the descriptions with me.
We had a pretty diverse friend group.
You weren't in Razzi.
No, other than the Razzi one. I was never a pickle.
Or a fight winner.
Yeah, what was Pekin's ROTC?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
There's different ROTCs: Air Force, Army, Marine Corps, Navy.
Fuck if I know.
I think ours was Army.
Army. Well, you said pickle, so I
Bunch of fucking
assumed-
jerk offs.
Yeah, because they all had dress greens.
Yeah, we had Air Force.
As far as I'm concerned, everybody I knew that was in ROTC that wasn't like Chris was a fucking fuckwad.
I mean, I think
Garrett
everyone.
David. David was fine. Everybody else, a bunch of fucking
Everyone
There
in
was a
fuckwads.
couple,
Limestones
like,
also, they always thought they were better than everyone else because
That's
they
exactly
were in
why.
ROTC.
Yeah,
I mean,
there was
there's
a
not
couple.
everyone like that.
Frazier was fine.
But, what? Aaron
Chris
Frazier.
Frazier?
Yeah. Who else? Can't remember his name. There's a guy, Chris.
McCart, fuckwad.
I went to ROTC
Chris is
for
fine. There's a
like
couple people
half
who are
a
fine.
year, and that's why I left because I was like, all these people think they're fucking better than everyone else
Dude,
when they
ROTC
literally
kids,
do nothing different.
ROTC kids, especially freshmen. Freshman ROTC kids give ROTC such a bad name.
That's why I was a freshman, and the senior ones they were like
because they act like
acting
they're
like
They're
fucking
so
drill sergeants.
edgy.
And I was
They're
like,
all
no.
straight out of a trailer park. You're
Yes.
talking to a future U.S. Army soldiers. Like, shut the fuck up.
most of the people that fucking like because they recognize the people that were signing up for the military like the same year, and like they recognized all those people at our graduation. 2 of those motherfuckers were ROTC kids.
Yeah.
Everybody else was not.
A lot of the people that went to my school never joined the Air
Well, here's the
Force
thing with Pekin.
that were ROTC.
I think a lot of the kids in Pekin couldn't.
Because they're
Or-
too dumb.
Yeah, I think,
Or
or
unstable?
no,
I mean,
I
they
think
go
it's
to the
because
Marine Corps.
I think most of them either had a pre-existing medical condition, or mentally unfit, or were currently on a medication that you have to be off of for at least a year, i.e. Ritalin, Concerta, Adderall. You
Trust
cannot
me.
be on ADD medicine
Trust
for
me, I know.
12 months.
I was on ADD medicine when I went to.
I went
tried
through
to
the
go
whole
there.
recruitment process. I was almost in the military.
Me too.
We're gonna hit you with an ad break real quick.
Boom.
Board games, dice, and cards. Oh my. Anyways, this episode of Time's Up is brought to you by Cabbages and Kings Games. Are you looking for that sweet new board game to bring back your family game nights? Well, look no further than Cabbages and Kings. They have almost everything you could possibly need. If they don't have it in stock, they can always order it for you. Dan and Stephanie can almost answer any question that you could possibly come up with. They have the combined knowledge of a level 20 wizard. So go check out Cabbages and Kings today. If you can't make it in today, go ahead and check out their website. It's at cabbagesandkings.games. We love and thank you for all the support you've shown us throughout the years.
Yeah, we're back.
Jumped
Anyways,
up and bit him on the butthole.
ROTC kids that we knew that we weren't.
That we do.
No,
Whoa.
ROTC
You out
kids
there
that we
doing Razzie
knew
kids?
that we didn't know.
Yeah.
Fuckwads.
The whole reason I went to ROTC was like I was like, yeah, this would be neat.
I originally
I
wanted
was
to
like,
do
all
it
these people suck.
because I didn't have to take swim, and then I was like, Not pussy. I'll take.
Yeah,
swim.
I did
just
not to
swim.
take gym, and I went to gym, and I was like, it's not that bad. I was like, doing gym's way better than
Did
sitting
you
in
ever
the
swim
classroom
with the
them
kid with the
fucks.
swastika tattoo?
No.
I did.
There was a
Excuse
kid
me?
at the school that had a swastika tattoo.
Yeah, my freshman year, I joined swim.
This is Pegan, so don't surprise
It
me.
is
Well, there
big.
was a kid who was in our swim team. I don't know if he was a junior or senior. I don't know what
You ever get beat up
year he was at the high school.
for it?
Oh, him? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Well, 'cause here's the
I
thing.
hope
He
so.
was genuinely a pretty good guy. So I'm gonna explain. He left his shirt on for swim, and he walked out and he sat down in his spot. And the coach came over and was like, "I need you to take your shirt off." It's swim class, and he goes, "I can't take my shirt off." And he goes, "I need you to take it off." And he goes, "If I take my shirt off, you're gonna kick me out of the class." And so he goes, "Take your shirt off." So he goes, "Okay." He took his shirt
How
off.
big was it? Just a little, like,
I mean, it was on his shoulder blade, but
Oh, back
it was, about that big.
I think
Is
originally.
there a reason why do you do
I think it was because he was doing the actual like Japanese symbol for it.
I don't remember what he was doing. I think it was a white supremacist thing because he was in juvie, but he got the tattoo, and I managed to. I think I asked him about it, and he goes, "It was the worst thing I've ever done. I absolutely regret it."
I was gonna say there's like my brother has
Yeah.
one, and
He
it's 'cause in
100
prison.
Yeah.
He 100% did not want it at the time.
Yes.
He wants to get it. I'm sure by now it's been covered up.
Yes.
But he wanted to get it taken care of. He wanted to leave his shirt on because he didn't want to cause an issue.
Mhm.
He's not a bad guy. He just made a bad choice.
Stupid decision.
Everybody's made a bad choice that they've regretted and repented upon. They've reflected and learned. And it's one of those cases. He was like, "Yep, should have
I
done
mean, like my brother in prison, you have to go to a clique, or you're gonna get beat
It's-
up or worse.
It's extremely difficult from what I know. I've never been to prison.
No,
From what I
yeah.
know, it's very hard to be alone.
Yes, you can't basically.
If you're in anything other than a minimum, low security
Security,
prison,
yeah.
you have to be in a group.
That's just the way it is. But like, not everybody that does it means to do it is a bad thing.
I mean, as long as you.
I'm not saying it's a good thing.
No, it's not. It's definitely
No.
not a good thing. But it's unfortunately a
it's a
necessary,
necessary evil when
in
you're in
prisons
fucking
and
prison.
shit like that. Where
I'm sorry, but like, I'm not gonna fit in with everybody.
it's a means to survive.
High school, I can fit in with everybody. If I go to jail, I cannot.
No, he's plump. He'll be a cushion.
Hmm.
For pushing.
I knew you were gonna fucking add that on there.
I'll let the masses know about your masses.
No, I enjoyed my friend groups when I was in high school.
I had two friends in high school, and that was a guy named Alex, who was my friend since third grade, who we kind of fell out, and Johnny, who I met in freshman year.
And then that Wayne guy.
Nope,
I
didn't know Wayne in high school. I didn't know Wayne until like 6 years ago,
But Menards?
when I was like 20.
Yeah.
Basically Menards, technically. Long story, but yes, Menards.
2014.
I think I've only known Mikey for like 3 or 4 years. 3.
I don't even think that.
I think it's been about 3.
I think it's been shorter. You known of me
No.
or known me?
Known of you, because we started playing Heroes of Hammerwatch like 3 years ago. And then,
That was not 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
yeah, about.
Oh yeah, no.
Really? I don't think it was.
2 or 3 years.
I was at my new house. I was at my actual house. not-
Because I've definitely
That
had
was about a year
you.
ago for that.
You've definitely been in the call and been in a game or two before that.
Yes. I knew you. I knew of you. I didn't know you.
I don't think it was until like the last year and a half that we actually started. I think
Yeah.
when we actually started talking and hanging out was
First
with
time-
Wayne was when we went to Bloomington for your
First
tires.
time I ever met you in person was when we went to Bloomington to get my tire fixed.
And that's when we started making a magic deck for him. And
Yep,
stuff.
that was the original conception of a magic deck for Mikey.
Yeah.
Now we actually have one.
Yep, now it's
That was when I
complete.
talked a bunch in your car for 30 minutes and you're like, oh, this guy's not so bad. He says a lot of the bad jokes I do.
He also is dumb joke man.
Yeah.
I know. It's just hard to get people around Mikey sometimes. Like
It's not hard to get person.
It's just,
It's not hard to get person around me. It's hard. It's definitely hard to get me around people.
sometimes it's just difficult to get Mikey hard around people.
Time, no, it's not.
It's like, ooh, stranger.
It's like the one
Sneaky,
the
then.
one time we went bowling. And then as soon as we walked in, Mikey saw all the people there. And he's like, "I don't fucking like this."
I don't want to
I
do
don't
this.
remember that. I don't think I was there.
No, it was.
Was it Ryan?
Yeah, we went with Ryan and Kayla. It was with,
Then it wasn't
you
as
had-
bad
I
after.
think you had Lauren there
Yep.
because
Me,
it was
Lauren,
for
Ryan, Kayla,
Elijah's
Elijah.
birthday.
He had the rollers out and everything.
Yeah.
It was bad when we got there because I was like, "Fuck all these people." There was one. There was a drunk group next to us, and I fucking hate
Sunset?
obnoxious drunk people. Yes,
Yep.
Always drunk group.
fucking hate obnoxious
It's like
drunk
when we would
people.
go bowling.
The last time I went to Sunset, me and Chris were the drunk group.
I just hate obnoxious drunk people, and that was back also when I didn't
Chris
drink.
is an obnoxious
Yeah.
drunk.
I had
We were
I
sloshed.
had what's it called against drunk people?
Vendetta.
I didn't like drunk
Grudge.
people. Something like that.
Words.
Yeah, last time
It starts with an A. I know the word. I just can't think of it.
aversion.
No.
Asceticism.
It's when you have something against someone. Like I hold
An ant.
Animosity.
Animosity.
I have animosity towards drunk
I
people.
have a CMMNity. An anonymity.
But then they left, and it was fine after that.
Yeah.
Amenities.
Because that's back when we would start doing the geocaching and stuff
I love
like that.
geocaching. So fun.
Yeah, the last time I remember going bowling was me and Chris.
That's the last time I went bowling, I'm pretty sure.
I went bowling.
I
We
went
met up with.
I went with this girl Seth was trying to hook up with.
We met up with Cherokee, our cousin Cherokee, and a guy named Eric, and Chris. There's a couple other people. I don't remember who they were. Don't really care. It's probably Mason, but whatever. They were having a good time. They were bowling. Eric was doing really good. I was intoxicated, but still consciously aware of my actions. I couldn't control my actions super well,
You're just like, well, I just did
but
that.
I was aware of who I was, where I was, what I was doing. So I wasn't making bad decisions yet. Chris
Yeah.
was fucking gone, blacked out.
Chris gets fucking blacked out a lot easier stuff. You know?
He was he was just over it. He was just like having a good time. He ran up, stole the ball from Eric when Eric was about to get a strike, and he looks back just like
Like a feral monster.
half of his eye open, and Eric is like, please don't. Eric is a very stoic, non-expressive person.
Monotone dude for sure.
He was just like, and you could tell this was angry Eric. He's like, please don't.
And you're like,
And Chris just
mad.
goes,
fucking ruined this game.
Eric was not happy.
Last time I went bowling, we were like, I don't know what we were doing. Like because there was a pretty big group of us doing it, and then like Mark was up, and then like Mark was back by his chair before he could even get up to the ball.
Was that Mason? Is this the one with Mason?
But Mason was there.
No, this is the one when I fucking bet him a kiss.
No,
Whoa.
it was more than a kiss.
What was it?
Because like as soon because
You fucking-
grabbed the ball, you went back towards the chair. So it's like, Mark, if you make it without stepping on the wood, Mason will suck you off.
Yeah! So basically he said, if I get a strike from the computer
Yeah.
at the ball return, I was like, okay. So I just looked at Mason. He's like, I won't do that. Said, fuck you, and I threw it and got a
Fuck
strike.
you.
He hit it and he got the strike, and I was like, Mason, you're sucking him off.
It was a pretty good time.
You should have just turned and just zip.
Hey, that's the last time I went bowling. No, I went bowling a couple times after.
Yeah,
that.
because they've changed it. There's no longer that little lip before the wood. It's
I
now
think
all
the,
flat.
the very last time I went bowling was fucking when I went with Carl when he was trying to get with that Sam chick. Carl Spars.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Carl Spires?
Yeah.
I know Carl.
I went because like he's like, oh dude, you should come bowling with me.
I think I remember
and I was
this.
like, cool, I'll meet you there. I met him there, and then I was like, why the fuck is Sam here? He's like,
I do remember
oh, we'll
this.
just hang out. I'm like,
Yeah. I remember
fuck,
you
you just
explaining
hanging
this.
out? The fuck you mean?
I remember you coming back after that, and you were like, fucking went there to go bowl with Carl, and it was fucking Carl and Sam.
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't know what the fuck to do. I was awkward. I was third wheeling without even knowing it.
That's when you're like, oh, I got other things. Peace.
It's just weird because that's like when that Sam and that Austin dude had
Yeah.
a thing.
Everything.
That's
was
like
weird.
right after I got into floor coverings and started like
Mhm.
being like friends with Trey. Like,
Yeah, because you came down to wall coverings to tell me that.
yeah,
Yeah, I have
And I
no
was like, that
problem.
sucks.
I have no problem telling people, yeah, no, I'm out.
Trust me.
I don't have to
neither.
third wheel anything. I can just be like, yeah, I'm done. There's been plenty
I feel
of times.
bad when I do that. If someone invites me to do something,
Oh,
and I'm just there.
I will
and
nope
I
out
leave.
instantly.
I can't even tell you how many times we, like, Chris and I and a couple other people would stay the night at Garrett's house, and it would be like 4 a.m. and be like, I'm going home.
Every time you guys
See you later.
stayed at Garrett's house, you just fucking trashed his room.
Dude, I remember the one time we lit some firecrackers
Yeah,
and
so
opened
you
his
guys
door.
blew his fucking knees out.
No,
What
he
the
blew
fuck?
he blew his knees out.
You motherfuckers blew his knees out. You fucking scared the
Chris
shit
blew
out
his
of
knees
me.
out. We opened the door with the firecrackers. We're like, flashbang, and chucked it in there, and it landed on his lap while he was on his chair, right on his dick. And he's like, no! So he jumped out of his chair and landed on his feet, all 400 pounds of him. I think he was only like 350 at the time. Psh, there goes his knees. And he just drops, pop, and all we hear is, ah! And Chris is like, oh god, did I blow off his
Yeah, 'cause
dick?
You guys made
guys
him.
are
You
monsters.
guys made him try to fucking walk with a cane.
That's pretty fucked up.
Most of his knee issues have been
There's-
I mean,
him.
obviously,
There's
it's
been times,
building.
like
but-
I'd be talking to Garrett, and Garrett's like, "Hey, dude, you want to come over and hang out? We just like sit down and play League." I'm like, "Oh, dude, fuck yeah, sure." I was on a laptop all the time, so I just take my shit over there.
No,
That and Garrett lived like right up the street. Get
that
there.
room is not our fault.
with all the Yu-Gi-Oh cards everywhere. It was.
Not mine. I didn't play
It was
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Chris. Because I
I
got
play
there and
Yu-Gi-Oh
I'm like,
like
I'm
nerds.
like, Garrett, why are all your fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards everywhere? He's like, fucking Chris. I'm like, what'd Chris do? He's like, well, I was looking through them. They were all on my table. Chris came in and just flipped the fucking table and he started throwing them around. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
What a dick. That's an asshole move.
This is what they did to Garrett on a daily basis.
Fucked up, poor kid.
There was also that one time I was there, and that Kayla chick was like super into me when Aaron wanted her to be super into him.
But Aaron was a bitch.
Yes.
Aaron didn't understand, and this is by no means a bash to him because I'm just as bad about it. But he couldn't just be normal with a girl.
Just talk
Like,
to a woman.
if a girl obviously wanted him, he was like, "Boo."
Shut down.
For him, like, I don't know what his issue was, but he just had an issue with this Kayla girl. He couldn't make it happen. Devin really wanted to make something happen with that Kayla girl too, and never did. For me, it's like, you know, if somebody is obviously into me, I don't even fucking notice.
You're oblivious.
I was like for instance, there was this girl in high
Yeah.
school who got on the bus, and she was like, "Hi, Mark." I had never met this girl in my life. I was like, "Hey, the fuck are you?" And I went in
Who
the
the
back and
fuck are
sat
you?
down and ignored her because she was just like about knowing me and talking to me, and I just ignored her
You're
for
like,
like months. I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Didn't even try. Didn't get it at
You're
all.
like the cliche dude.
Yeah, but like
Oblivious
but
to
bad. Don't get
all-
the girl.
yeah.
I didn't think Kayla was into me until later in the day. Like, it was the next day. Like, me and Garrett went to Walmart for some Magic cards to buy.
Oh, yeah, when they were
uh,
still easy to steal. I mean, buy.
and then she started sending me dirty pictures of her, and I'm like, what the fuck?
What
And then
the fuck?
Garrett happened to see one on my phone. He's like, that's not normal. She doesn't normally do that.
I had that happen with a girl from the haunted house. Hindsight.
And Mark was
2020.
like, "What's this?"
No.
Swiped on it.
I started picking up the hints on that one after a while. When she sent me one of her in lingerie, I was like, "Oh, okay, now I know what's going on." It took that much for me to
Then
be
he's
like, "Oh, now I get it."
"Oh."
But then I was just like, "Something about this just doesn't feel right. Something about this, you know what? I'm
I
out."
mean, I think
I'm
that's
gonna pass.
better. You know, most dudes, a lot of dudes are like,
I
"She
made
wants
the-
me no matter what."
I made the right choice. She got a teacher fired from Bartonville and gave him herpes,
Kentucky.
and I was just like, "Whoa, glad I didn't jump on that train."
Real quick, we're going to jump to another ad break, and then we'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by W.E. Sullivan's Irish Pub and Fare. Are you looking for that nice take on the authentic Irish cuisine? Of course, Sullivan's has you covered. Top-notch food, top-notch people, and of course, top-notch drinks. So go check out Sullivan's today and get that nice meal that I know you deserve.
All right, we're back.
We're back. Dog's crying in the background.
Dog's cry. Had to run over and shut my parents'
Apparently, it's
garage
gonna be
door.
hailing soon.
Yeah, that's why I had to go shut the garage door. It looks like
on
it's
its
going to
way.
rain pretty bad.
It looks like it sprinkled a little bit outside, but it's
did.
coming.
Rachel texted me and said the hail scaling
Scaling hail.
scaling her.
Like dragons are flying by? Holy shit.
Biggins.
Or the hail is starting small and getting big.
Hold
Is
up.
it an exponential growth or
They left their fucking garage door
Hail,
open,
90%
so I
up.
had to run over there and shut it. real
those
quick.
monsters? All right. What were we talking about?
What were we
It's a
talking
good
about?
question. don't
No, I know what we were talking about. We're gonna
High
skip it. We're gonna go to the
school
next
and
thing.
shit. Okay, let's do
Let's
the
just
next
keep
thing.
talking because it was herpes.
It was herpes.
okay.
He's not wrong. It was herpes and gym teachers.
Alrighty. We had plenty of gym teachers that had sex with
I
students.
thought we were going to the next thing.
We are different gym teachers.
Oh wow.
Speaking gym teachers,
I don't remember any of those. I know they happened.
there was one.
I remember one teacher got fired just because they were gay. It's like he's worked here for 10 years. How did it take you
I
that
remember
long
you
to
telling me
figure
that,
it
and I was
out?
like, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that did happen though.
Just alone being fired because he's gay is dumb.
I remember the other one got fired because, like, I don't know.
Thunder.
I don't remember if he was like high or drunk, but he had like a conniption fit and brought his not white girlfriend, which was an issue with the school apparently.
Really?
Yeah, he was dating a black lady who, from all accounts, I've heard was really nice because a lot of the people on speech team who had them as their coach in their events met this lady because she was with them a lot, and they're like, yeah, she's a great lady.
And the school had a problem with that?
That he
Yeah.
brought his significant other into the school premise around children. I was like, it's because she's black.
It's fucking peaking. Jeez, that sucks.
Pekin's a piece of crap school.
Yeah, I had no issues like that at Limestone.
Yeah.
Weirdly. It's fucking Limestone, but
Miss D'Angelo got fired. I don't remember what for. Pretty sure it was a student thing.
I ain't got a clue.
Because she was our speech teacher. She worked there. She became the teacher my freshman year.
They should fire Miss Chick. Jesus Christ.
Dude,
And
so
while you're at it, fucking Miss Delirious. Fuck that bitch.
I hate her so much. Did you hear two things? One, Chris and I went to Starved Rock the other day. Miss Delirious was there. And I was just like, yup, fuck you.
Fuck yeah.
And then, did you hear how, I don't remember what we got. I think we passed Draven a test with Miss Chick. Because when we worked the haunted house, she came to the haunted house fucking drunk off of her ass. Miss Chick is an alcoholic, by the way.
Huh.
She was absolutely
Because
plastered.
she got a divorce.
Yeah, absolutely plastered. This was before that.
So they're trying to break in.
Wow.
Absolutely plastered, came in, and then went to her room the next day. We're like, so, did you have fun over the weekend? She goes, yeah, I didn't really do much. Why? Like, did you go to any haunted houses in Bartonville at the insane asylum? And she looks at Traven and she's like, what do you want?
What do you want?
She immediately was no longer having a casual conversation with a student.
She's now like, you are blackmailing
It's
me.
like that. It's like that porn scene. What do you want to make this all go away?
Oh, not with Miss Chick.
No, thank you. No.
You know who was an awesome teacher, though, that I regret not taking her class more seriously because she was fantastic? It's Miss Sullivan. She was a great science teacher.
Yeah,
She cared about her students.
super nice.
I'm assuming she still does. I doubt someone like her would get fired. She's a really good teacher.
Reminds me of one of my math teachers, Mr. Masunis. He found out it was his. He's like, well, I'm not gonna be teaching here next year, so y'all pass.
What a guy.
He's like, I really don't care. He's like, fuck this place. He's like, they're fucking firing me after this year, so I don't give a fuck. You're all passing. I'm
That's
like,
that's
what a guy.
dumb
I'm like, sweet.
on their part. Fire a teacher halfway through
What a guy.
season or something.
Yeah, they told it. Well, they told him like before the semester was over. It was like 2 weeks before the semester was over. 4 weeks.
Something.
Yeah, so it's when Kylie slapped me in the face and got me suspended.
Slapped
That's
you
dumb.
and got you suspended.
Listen,
The comment I said got me suspended.
there's
that?
no amount of dumb things that
Some
you
stuff?
got in trouble
It
for.
says some bad shit.
But, like, that happened all the time where, like, someone would do something to you and you'd get in trouble for it. It's like, well, why'd you antagonize them? She fucking hit me. What do you mean, why'd I antagonize her? In Wayne's case.
We playfully joked around all the time, so I thought it was just another joke, and she took it to heart. I told like she was just fucking being all bubbly like she normally did, and then she fucking like she was annoying me. So I said, "You need to turn around, and fucking sit down, and close your damn legs. You smell." So she smacked me in the face,
Warranted.
and I was like, "Well, I thought that was a joke."
I thought that was a joke. You have a slight issue with that still.
Yeah, apparently somebody cares deeply about the smell of their nethers.
I was unaware.
Yeah, didn't realize that was an issue for you. Didn't know that one hit home.
Yep, but it did. So I
Listen to boys.
Them boys are going hard.
got smacked and suspended for sexual harassment.
They did? Whoa,
I
the
did.
dog. Oh.
Oh.
I was
Poor
like-
puppers.
That's stupid, but I understood why. And I was like, whatever, it's a day off school. Fuck it.
Day off school. Fuck. I
Stay
never
off
got
of school
suspended.
out of a class that I'm guaranteed to
I
pass.
got suspended in grade school, not high school ever.
I got in-school suspension with the guy I fought in like 6th grade.
That's the same thing. I had an in school
Became
suspension.
buds.
So, have I already told you guys? I think that's the dude who knew me that
Yes.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
There was definitely a guy who was just like, Mark, and I was like, who the hell are you? I think that was the dude.
Long story short, Mark doesn't win fights.
That's not true.
That's time's up.